welcome to another tutorial. Hope you're all doing well. Today I am going to be going a little in depth into explaining nulls. Not too much though, I want to keep this beginner friendly. I'm just going to do my best to explain what they are and the best times to use them, basically. So, let's just get right into it. What is a null? Think of it as like a sort of invisible controller that you can use on objects in your edit, basically. Like, you can't see a null. You can't use it visually and in any way. You can only use it as like a tool, basically. I know it sounds confusing, but that's why I'm just gonna show you. So, just for example, I got some pictures here. We're gonna enable motion blur on both the pictures. We're gonna go to the first picture here. We're gonna go ahead and go to layer, new, and null object. There is a shortcut for it. On Windows, it's Control-Alt-Shift-Y. That's low-key too many buttons for me to remember, so I always just do it this way. Or if you have Prime Tools, you can press the null button right there. Once you have your null, you're going to enable motion blur on that too. You're going to click on your picture, go to the swirly button right here, and click and hold and drag the blue line that comes from it to the null. Okay? And now, just like that, if you open up position or anything on the null, it's moving the picture. So you see what I mean about it being the controller? Like, you don't see anything. All you see is that little red box to, like, let you know that a null is there. But you don't actually see anything. It doesn't, like, pop up like a color, like a solid would or anything like that. Like, it's just, it's like an invisible remote, kind of. And these are, like, moving position and scale and stuff like that. That's, like, the buttons on the remote. You know what I mean? So, yeah. We're gonna do a zoom in, or no, zoom out, zoom in, just for example. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna go to scale, we're gonna keyframe the start, and like, well, it's like 200, maybe 250, and then we're gonna go over here, right before the next picture, and we're gonna change that right back to 100. We're gonna go ahead and click and hold, and drag over the keyframes until they're highlighted. And then you're going to press F9 to easy ease there. Or if you can't press F9 for whatever reason, you can also right click on one of them, go to keyframe assistant, and easy ease. Now, obviously, that looks stupid. We need to go and adjust the graphs. So we're going to press the graph editor button right here. And just kind of follow my lead here with that. We want it to be pretty sharp. Honestly, I don't think I made this transition long enough. Hold on. It looks a little too quick. We're just gonna go ahead and adjust that a little bit. That seems better. Okay. Whether or not how quickly it zooms out or not, that's entirely up to you. If you want it to be smooth, like kind of ease into it, or like just sharp right away, really all preference based. In a lot of my edits, I do a lot of fast-paced songs, so a lot of my transitions are sharp at times. That's just what I like to do, but obviously you don't have to do it the same way that I do. So we have it zooming out, right? But we also want it to zoom in to the next picture so that it transitions smoothly. What we're going to do, this is where things can get a little complicated, just stay with me here. We are not going to add another scale keyframe to this null. What we are going to do is we're going to grab another null, started about halfway through the clip. And we are going to take the first null and attach it to the new one. Okay, the reason I'm doing this is because if we just put 3 scale keyframes, one at the start at 200, 100 at the middle, and then back up at the end, it's just gonna look a little choppy. It's not gonna feel as smooth as it would if you just layered nulls. Layering nulls is probably the best way that you can use them, especially when it comes to slide transitions. I'll put some examples on the screen right now of what I mean. But yeah, anything involving like slides or 3D stuff, you're gonna want to layer nulls just so that everything moves, you know, smoothly and not like so sharp and jittery. Yeah, we have our second null. We're gonna go ahead and just keyframe the start at 100 scale, and then we're gonna go to the end here, and we're gonna zoom in just a little bit, not too much. We'll do 150, keep it even. And then we're gonna go ahead, ease it again. Then we're gonna do a graph like this. Again, however sharp it is entirely up to you. I might do a little bit sharper than that. But yeah, you see how we have a chance to look at the picture and then it's still smoothly zooms into the next one. That's what we're trying to achieve here. Now we're just gonna go ahead and just zoom in on the next clip here. And there you go. We have a simple zoom out and zoom into the next picture. Now just for comparison, I'm also going to put up on screen like a side-by-side view of this transition and then the same exact transition without nulls, just so you can see the difference in the smoothness of it all. I don't know why AE works this way. I don't know why adding these invisible null objects makes everything so much smoother. I don't have a super in-depth explanation to that. I'm sure you can Google it. But that's just the way this app works. I don't know. You gotta use nulls if you want everything to be smooth. I know it sounds a little confusing, but I mean, that's really all there is to it. I could try to show more examples of like using this with like 3D stuff, but I don't know if that's really beginner friendly. Maybe I can do that another time. Try to show nulls being used in like 3D transition examples. Honestly, when it comes to the basic usage of nulls, this is kind of it. You want to attach it to literally everything and layer them. You want to layer them. That's the most important part. Don't put a million different scale and position keyframes just on one null. You want to layer them. That's pretty much it. You know, I'll throw some more examples on screen of some transitions that I've done involving nulls. And just let me know in the comments which one of those you would want a tutorial on, so I can, you know, try to explain it a little bit better. But just in the basic, most easy to understand sense of it, while still remaining beginner friendly, this is pretty much it. I just want to make sure that you are attaching nulls to every picture or clip in your edit and only moving the picture with these nulls. Don't put the scale and position keyframes directly on the picture. You can, there's nothing wrong with it, but if you want your edit to be the smoothest, this is the best way. Also, if you have plugins, if you have Sapphire, if the nulls are a little too confusing, you could use blur mode curves. But again, I know not everyone has plugins. If you need help getting plugins, feel free to reach out to me on Discord. I can help with that. But if you just don't feel comfortable getting plugins, nulls is your next best bet. But if you do have plugins, if you can get them, and you have Sapphire, and you don't want to deal with all the null nonsense, which I understand, it can be a bit much sometimes, blur mode curves is your best bet. That's pretty much it. Let me know if anyone has any questions, if there's any of the transitions that I showed on screen you want explanation or tutorial on. In a future video, I will explain nulls in the 3D transition scene so you can get a better idea. That is pretty much it. I hope you all enjoy this tutorial. Again, if I explain anything poorly, just let me know. I'll try my best to explain again. But yeah, I wish you all a nice rest of your day, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care.